makes our private UAM possible. For your protection, exits are located at all ports of the gym. Please take a moment to locate the exit and use your seat. In the event of an emergency, proceed to common to that exit and leave the building. Please be aware that other members of the community on the UAM campus, in compliance with the University Fire Department, the aisles, walkways, and doorways must remain clear at all times.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Patty Center here at the University of Alaska Fairbanks campus as we get ready for doubleheader night here. Alaska GNAC basketball. We've got the men first, and then the ladies will follow their tip-off coming up at 7:30 as we kick off GNAC play. It's conference time here, and your Alaska GNAC coming in on a 4-game win streak. All those 4 wins here at home at the Patty Center, taking on the Western Oregon Wolves. Nanoks right now coming in with a 4-3 record. Western Oregon coming in with an overall 2-7. As I mentioned, this is the start of GNAC play, so this will be a good chance for Alaska to get a dub here as we start play in the GNAC, and it's always tough, and you definitely want to have a good showing here at home. So Alaska getting ready to take on the Western Oregon Wolves. We'll have the ladies at 7:30. And they'll also be taking on Western Oregon. Now, we had Western Oregon up here for the Denali State Bank tournament not too long ago, and they did not face each other during that tournament, but they will start the GNAC season out. Now, the men are playing first due to Western Oregon flying in from Hawaii today. So they're like, hey, we need to have a little rest. So if we can get that second game, and easily to oblige that. So we're going to get this one underway. We'll send it down to our public address announcer down on the floor, and we'll meet our starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The University of Alaska Fairbanks Department of Athletics welcomes you to the Alaska Airlines Gymnasium for today's game featuring the Western Oregon Wolves and your Alaska GNAC. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise at this time and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. As always, feel free to sing along.
All right, we've got our starting lineups all set here, and we are ready to get GNAC play underway here. Some big notes here for the Alaska Nanooks. We got some scores here. We got the top 3 scorers in the conference, and Chris Lee averaging just over 19 points a game. Isaiah Sams Hoy at just over 18 points. And then for the Western Oregon Wolves, Jason Gallant with an 18-point per game average coming into this one. Nanooks in the home whites and the Western Oregon Wolves in the road black jerseys. And we are underway, and the Wolves take the opening tip. And we've got a shot clock. Got to get that going here. 2 seconds gone, didn't get the shot clock started, but Western Oregon with the opening possession in this one. Again, Nanooks coming in with a 4-3 mark. Western Oregon at 2-7. Nanooks went to Hawaii to start the season, dropped 3 over there in Hawaii, and then came home and got 4 wins here at the Patty Center. So looking to keep that one going, and it is the start of GNAC action. We'll have the ladies game at 7:30. Normally the ladies will play the opening one, but again, Western Oregon, the ladies just coming in from Hawaii today, so asked if they could have that last game. Oh, an alley-oop up there. Nice defense by KT Sadu, but wow. Saw that last night watching the Duke game. Man, draining a 3. Isaiah Sams Hoy. Well, here you go. These teams came to play and get all the non-conference things out of the way. And conference matchups here. Wow, nice length there for Anjay Cortez, able to hang on to it. Man, swinging it cross court, dangerous pass, and 3 on the way, and he hits it. Zach Moore. Boy, that was a low pass. Nobody got their hands up on that one, and a 3, and we were tied at 3 with a minute gone in the opening half. Paul Johnson, good to see him back in the lineup. He missed all 4 games on the bench, injured, and another 3, and that's good for Jalea O'Keefe. Jalea O'Keefe, the leading rebounder in the GNAC to start things out at 9.6 boards per game. Also hit 33 points last Saturday night against the Northwest Indian College Eagles. So everything from long range to start out here. Nanooks up by 3. Jason Gallant closing in on 1,000 points in his career. He looks to go left side, and boy, hangs onto that pivot foot. And now Cortez with it back to Gallant for 3. That's going to be short, but up and under on the board. Unable to finish, and here comes Chris Lee, the Nanooks leading scorer, and one of the top scorers in the GNAC out of Ketchikan, Alaska, former Ketchikan King, now making his way to the interior. 2 minutes gone in this opening half. Paul Johnson gives it up. Sams Hoy at the elbow looking for some help, and just off the fingertip of Jalea O'Keefe. Nice set by Alaska. KT Sadu getting the start for Alaska. But again, it's good to see Paul Johnson out there to help out with the scoring load as he started out the beginning of the season, averaging up in the upper double digits, but then out with an injury for 4 games at home, but gets the start here as we start GNAC play. Chris Lee with a little jumper. That one comes up just short, and the Wolves with another board, and quickly back they come, driving the baseline. They'll kick it out for 3. And that one in and out of the cylinder. Boy, a tap back. Good job by Sadu on the D. Tapped around again, and the Wolves control it. I'll reset the shot clock for them. Boy, Chris Lee doing all he could on that defense. Gallant with his first basket. One-point Nanook lead. O'Keefe gets inside, double team. Tough shot, he scores. Jalea O'Keefe now with 5. Quickly back, here comes Western Oregon. Cortez looking for some help, still hangs on to it. This is Moore. Spin move, losing the handle. loose and at the elbow. That shot comes up short. Jaleo Keith with an easy board. Isaiah Sams-Hoy, good ball movement by Alaska, and here's O'Keefe. That one just off the mark. Nanook's lead will stay at 3. Another 3, and that one is good by Zach Moore. He's got 2. 6 points for him of Western Oregon's 8. Nanook's ready to bring in Griffin Effenberger. 2 subs on the floor for Western Oregon. Isaiah Sams-Hoy a little strong off the window and a 2-on-1 opportunity. Nice quick passing there. Boy, getting that one in transition. Jason Gallant now with 4. Well executed, fast break. 2-on-1 right there, no dribbles, everything off the pass. Paul Johnson, his first attempt. He is fouled, count it, and he'll go to the stripe. Paul Johnson with an old-fashioned chance coming up here as we'll get a couple subs in to the game. Griffin Effenberger coming in, but we got immediate timeout. We're tied at 10. We'll take a quick break as well.
A champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
All right, welcome back here. Our first media timeout. We got a good one. We are tied at 10 apiece. Just 1 team foul so far here on Western Oregon, none yet on Alaska. Zach Moore with 6 to lead the Wolves. Jaleo Keith with 5 for Alaska. KT Sadu with 3 boards early, and Anjay Cortez with 3 for Western Oregon. Ladies coming up at 7:30. Alaska Nanook women with a great start to their season already. So great to have them back at home as they started out early with a tournament here and then hit the road. Had a nice trip to Hawaii where they got 2 wins out of 3 games over in Hawaii. And Western Oregon, the ladies flying in from Hawaii, left early this morning and have to get right to work and come here to Fairbanks and play, and then they'll head down to Anchorage on Saturday. Our first look at Griffin Effenberger, 6'5" senior, is going to be coming in for Alaska. Nanook's leading the GNAC in 3-pointers per game, averaging 10.9 from beyond the arc. And that is good for 16th in Division II ball. Shooting the harm, here's Paul Johnson with a chance for that old-fashioned 3-pointer. And he gets it. Again, start of a busy week and weekend of Nanook athletics. Doubleheader basketball tonight. Tomorrow you got ski here, and then hockey finally back at the Carlson Center. 61 days since the Nanooks have had a hockey game in Fairbanks. Rebound, Isaiah Sams-Hoy picks that one up. He's got to watch out behind as Zach Moore sneaks up behind him. And then Saturday, a quadruple header with ski, basketball doubleheader, and then hockey Saturday night. Nice swing pass. Sadu thought about a 3. Down low, Johnson looks to go to work. Nothing on the baseline for him. Back out on top, Effenberger. Kicks it out, O'Keefe wide open. Boom, hits it. Jaleo O'Keefe, he's got 2 threes and 8 points in the game as Alaska now leads by 4. Jordan Gill looking to get into the game for his first action. So another substitution coming to the floor for Western Oregon. Nice D by Alaska, man-to-man set up for them right now on this set. Nice switch. That one long rebound, and see if they can get to it, and unable to save that one in is Western Oregon. Also going to bring in Shiloh Zevenbergen. Going to come in with Jordan Gill as Johnson and Sadu will get a break for the Nanooks. Braden Olson, his first time into the game for Western Oregon. And also Brady Greer. Where's that Collins? Trying to pick up his number. Yeah, it's Greer or Grier. Oh, nice move with the left hand. Can't get that one to go. Shiloh Zevenberger, the 6'5 junior. Called right into action, coming in off the bench. That one, O'Keefe almost got to it. Still a three, and that one in and out, but back in as Mario Williams Jr. hits his first basket. Both teams hitting from long range early. Isaiah Sams Hoy at the elbow, gives it back up, O'Keefe. O'Keefe with some nifty dribbles and loses the handle. It's loose, knocked out of bounds off the shin of Brady Greer. Greer. 1 point Alaska lead. Alaska still yet to commit a foul. And the Nanooks will get it on the near sideline. 16 on the shot clock. Looks like Sidhu going to get right back into the game. He's kind of going back and forth at the table. Effenberger needing some help, poked away, and actually losing the handle. Maybe miscommunication between him and Isaiah Sams Hoy, and Chris Lee and Kathan Sidhu back in for Alaska. Sams Hoy and Jalea O'Keefe will get a breather. 1 point Nanook lead. 7 minutes gone here, opening half. Nanook's going to stay man-to-man. Nice defense there by Effenberger. Western Oregon, boy, they are not afraid to shoot long range. Chris Lee. Nice give and go. And Effenberger with a Euro step, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Man, with his size, that was a long step. And he'll head to the free throw line for two. First time to the, Paul Johnson had the and one, so 2 shots coming up here for Griffin Effenberger. First one is good. Effenberger out of Spokane, Washington. Played his JC days at Southern Wesleyan. Second one coming up for him. A chance to make it a 3-point Alaska lead. And he hits it. Two team fouls on the Wolves. None yet so far on Alaska. Greer with it. Good ball movement here, but Alaska holding their ground on that man-to-man defense. Little hop step inside, no good. Boy, getting to those loose balls and those tap outs, and another three. That one just off the mark, and Effenberger pulls down the board, and he'll handle it. This is Zevenbergen. Sidhu, quick ball movement by Alaska. Gill thought about a three, takes it to the free throw line, gives up his dribble, gives it back up. Chris Lee goes to work. Step back threes, foul, and counted. A 4-point play opportunity coming up. Chris Lee with the step back three and count it. And that'll take us to immediate timeout. So he'll get to catch his breath and come back for a 4-point play possibly. We'll step aside.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
All right, we're back here. Missing my cohort here, Elena Gook. usually on the headset and the camera, but she's down there DJing tonight, so pumping up the crowd as we give her the pump up there. Give her a shout out. We also got to give Kinley Erickson a shout out here as she's handling the social media, but doing some press releases. Her press release about the Nanook ski doubleheader coming up tomorrow and Saturday, hosting the Alaska Nordic Cup here on campus on the all-new ski trails right here in front of the Student Rec Center that go up in front of or underneath the museum. So that is happening tomorrow at 11 and then Saturday at 11. And she says the forecast calls for success, but we have got some great weather right now. Temperatures in the 20s, and we're not talking below that 0 mark, 20 above. So they'll be skiing tomorrow. I'm going snowboarding tomorrow. It's Powder Friday up at Moose Mountain, so I'm going to get that in before hockey and actually go to work for a couple hours. 4-point play opportunity right now for Chris Lee. And he gets it. I would have to imagine Wes Pfeiffer not real happy on that foul. Pfeiffer in his 6th year as the coach for Western Oregon. Franco Stanek in his 1st year for Alaska. As you know, he was a former coach here and then coach at Monroe Catholic High School for many, many years. Multiple state champions there with the Rams for quite a few seasons, coaching boys and girls, being in that Aurora Conference. I mean, it goes as far as Galena and down all the way to Valdez. So he's used to the travel, and he'll be getting back out on the road. 7-point Alaska lead. As Western Oregon now at the top of the key. Cortez gives it up. Grabbing the paint left side, throwing it up. Nice little Heisman move, hiding the ball. And K.O. Mims, his first point. The first field goal. Nanix with 2 players down there near that baseline. Johnson looking at for it over there on the left side. Sams Hoy, Lee, Johnson. Johnson for 3. Good! Paul Johnson with 6 now. Makes it an 8-point Nanook lead as we near the midway point of the first half. Looking to answer, but unable to, was Mims. Johnson, nice little head fake, shook the defender. Great ball movement by Alaska. Now he's open, that gives up another one. Steps inside for a long 2. Fought for, and they got to switch the call over here and give it to Alaska, to the dismay of Anjay Cortez. Jaleo Keith will come in, and Jordan Gill will head back over to the Nanook bench. Trey Wilmot in for Western Oregon. Crowd slowly starting to file in here. People getting off work and going to come catch this doubleheader with the ladies coming up at 7:30. O'Keefe with it, draws a double team, finds Sidhu inside, high arcing shot, and he scores. Sidhu's first basket makes it a 10-point Nanook lead, largest lead in the game. See the Nanook ladies over there sitting in the student section, getting ready for their turn. They will start things out in the doubleheader on Saturday at 1 and going for the dunk, unable to finish. It was Cortez. And the Nanooks give it right back to him. Cortez going for the dunk. 6'8" junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Out of San Diego City Community College. You're going to laugh that one off. He'll get another opportunity. Probably a little trash talk going on down there, I'd imagine, as well. That's one thing I miss about being down on the floor doing PA, getting to hear the trash talk and a lot of the chirping with the coaches as well. Right now, Wes Pfeiffer over on the bench. Coach Ostanek always talking, and the Wolves get inside. And now Zach Moore with 8 points to lead Western Oregon in the scoring column. Paul Johnson Nice look, that one. Sadu with the putback. Sadu with 4. Getting the board in the air and puts it back up and scores and puts that lead back at 10 for Alaska. Effenberger gets ready. Oh, little Euro step. That doesn't go. And here comes Chris Lee pushing the pace. Sams Hoy fighting for it with Zach Moore. Moore pulls it down. Boy, these two teams are just putting on some serious pace. And we're going to get a foul on the floor. See who that's going to go on. On the floor, says one official. See if we get the subs in here first. So Sams Hoy gets whistled for it. Effenberger and Jordan Gill back in. Paul Johnson and Sadu will get a breather. And Murphy back in for Western Oregon. You can go to work on Jordan Gill. Nice D by him, and Effenberger with the board. Gill hangs on to it. Boy, thought he was going to shoot, and then he sends it out. Chris Lee for 3. Gill with the board, and he scores. Jordan Gill working strong in the paint after a nice kick out to Chris Lee. Gets the rebound, cleans it up, and scores. Nanook's now up by 12. We'll see if we can get head coach Amy Donovan, send a message. She could come join us up here. And the Nanooks pull down another defensive board. When no-look passes, Isaiah Sams Hoy got up into the air. Head coach Ostanek not happy with that call, and that's going to bring up another media timeout. We'll take a break as well. Alaska leading this one by 12.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
All right, we're back here. Media timeout, 7:35 to go here. 12-point Nanook lead. Jaleo Keith with 8 to lead the Nanooks in scoring. Zach Moore with 6. Actually, I got him at 8, so they'll get that one updated. Oh, I'm still waiting for an update here on the score from our official scores. Again, the ladies will follow this one at 7:30, and then on Saturday they'll switch it back around as St. Martin's comes to town. Ladies will tip off at 1, and then the men at 3:15, and then we got Nanook hockey Friday and Saturday at the Carlson Center. Friday night, Military Appreciation Night. All our military, just show your military ID. You and a friend get in for free. Also doing a pet food drive as well, and we'll talk about that. Oh, wow, offensive is O'Keefe. Boy, he gets leveled, and he just shakes it off. It's going to go on Trey Wilmot. Boy, that was a... O'Keefe, though, man, tough dude. Shipped that one off like it was nothing. I think I'd be checking my teeth if it got rattled so hard. Chris Lee directing the screen, uses it. Oh, and Gill had it off the roll, and Effenberger for 3. He gets hit. Hits the ground, no foul called, and play will continue as we bring it down. Little fadeaway jumper at the elbow is good for Gallant. He has got 6. Sams Hoy answers right back. 31-19, Nanooks on top. And we'll get a foul on the floor. And that's going to go on Isaiah Samsonian. That's going to be number 2 on him. 3rd team foul on Alaska. Going to keep him out there. Effenberger will go out, and Zevin Bergen will come back in. Tongue twisters continue. Get those two, and then we've got Elion Zevin Bergen out there. It was good to see he's in his jersey tonight, but not sure if we're going to see him as he was battling a foot injury, but at least not in street clothes tonight. Little fadeaway jumper, no good. Still loose, and Chris Lee goes for it, kind of stuck. But it'll stay Western Oregon ball. Mikhail Mims back in for Western Oregon. Mims, right in front of the Nanook bench, gives it up Gallant. Gallant, shot clock down to 10. And now Moore. Boy, these guys just love to shoot outside. Long rebound, and great job by Jordan Gill on the block out. Chris Lee gets hounded. Oh, on the floor, no basket. But a good job by him to get that away and try to get the call. Gets the foul call, and that'll be the 4th team foul here on Western Oregon. Actually, that's our 5th team foul. It's the 1st on Morphy. Lob it in. Jordan Gill. Oh, nice fake on the handoff. He goes and switches hands in air. He's got 4 now for Alaska as the lead grows. 14-point Nanook lead. Three ball, that one in and out. Western Oregon, cold right now from outside. Gill back to O'Keefe. Works off the screen, gives it back. Jordan Gill thought about a 3. Hangs on to it. Oh, no look pass. Johnson. Oh, that would have been sweet. But Jordan Gill with some options, and he no-looks it over to Paul Johnson. Again, Alaska with some really good ball movement here. And then Chris Lee picks up personal off the rebound. Nanooks will stay man-to-man on the defense. Oh, and there's a bump. Oh, and a man open as the double team was on top, and Jordan Gill getting in there, but got the body. He tied up the ball, but got a little bit of the body, so that's going to be 5th team foul on Alaska. First one on Jordan Gill. Sadu getting ready to check in after the free throws here for Alaska. I was coming home from work, and I seen the Augustana Viking hockey team walking down Lacey Street here in Fairbanks, going to a restaurant or something, and was kind of stopped. I was just kind of filming something to put on a story. And one of the guys looked over, and they're all pointing at me, and I said, "It's all good. I do the music for hockey." So I said, "You guys will hear us." But good to see them. So a lot of action here. You got the Seawolves in town for the Nordic skiing. You got Augustana Vikings in town for hockey, and Western Oregon Wolves today for basketball. And that free throw good for Greer. Johnson, little fadeaway, nice touch, he scores. 8 points for Paul Johnson, and again, Nanooks missed him almost 4 home games we had. But you really need him here in this GNAC season, so it's good to see him out there. And this one's going to go on Shiloh Zevenbergen, and that'll be his first and the 6th on Alaska. Next one. And the Wolves will be in the bonus. Back to the free throw line will be Gallant for 2. First one is good. Western Oregon averages the second most made free throws in the GNAC, knocking down 17.7 per game. Third in the conference with bench points at 28.6, and the second one is good. We got Amy Donovan going to come up here at halftime, the Nanook women's head coach. We'll check in with her as they get ready to open up GNAC play following this one. Oh, and there's a block, but a putback by Sadhu. Unable to finish. And Chris Lee cleans it up. Step back. Three is good. Shiloh Zevenbergen hits a three. Boy, both teams had a chance. The fast break opportunity was there for Western Oregon, but Alaska was able to keep the possession, and Zevenbergen drains a three. 16-point Alaska lead. Oh! Nice hustle by Chris Lee. And head coach Ostanek pleased with his team's play, and we got a media timeout here on the floor. Nanook's lead by 16.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
All right, we're back here. Media timeout with Alaska leading by 16 over the visiting Western Oregon Wolves. We've got Nanook hockey tomorrow night, and Saturday night, again tomorrow night, is Military Appreciation Night at the Carlson Center. All military, show your military ID, and you get in for free, and you get to bring a guest in for free. Also a pet food drive. JD, a young boy, I believe he's turning 10 or 11 this year. He's been doing this for his birthday, and last year raised close to 10,000 pounds of pet food that gets donated to some of our local pet adoption and some shelters. So that's a great way to get in. The first 150 people that bring some cans of pet food or some bags, you will get a free ticket as well. And tomorrow night is festive sweater night. So wear your most obnoxious sweater and you could win some great prizes at Nanook hockey tomorrow night. We'll talk about Saturday here when we get a break. Long three, high arcing one. That may have been partially blocked here. And here comes Alaska looking to push the pace back up. Chris Lee just drops it in. Again, great ball movement by Alaska. Executing that fast break perfectly. Oh, and a touch and count it. It's going to go on Sadhu. Second on Sadhu, and now that's 7 on Alaska. So now Western Oregon will be shooting the bonus. Mario Williams Jr. now with 5 and a chance for the three-point play. Williams Jr., a 6'5" freshman out of Stockton, California. And again, I was watching that Duke-Auburn game last night. Man, some of the freshmen that are playing for Duke right now. Just the college game is exciting and unable to get it. Chris Lee skies in. Oh, and Jordan Gill must have come down on him and doing a cup check right now. Ow. 15-point Nanook lead. Paul Johnson for 3. Greer with the board. Jordan Gill going to stay out there. Working through the screen. Mims, and they send it over to the far side. Air ball. Chris Lee looking up ahead, and he's got Zevenbergen ahead of him. He'll hang on to it and set the offense up. Paul Johnson. Gill. Oh, fakes the pass and scores. Jordan Gill with 6. Fakes the little flip to Shiloh Zevenbergen. Boy, the defense bid on that. Oh, Keith almost got his fingers on that one. Oh, what a nice spin move. And scoring. Mims with 4. Strong possession for the Wolves. Making it a 16-point Nanook lead. Effenberger heading over to the table for Alaska, and a turnover by the Nanooks. Gallant gets called for the player control foul. And that's going to be team foul number 6 on Western Oregon. Paul Johnson will get a breather. Griffin Effenberger with 2 points, both from the free throw line. Again, a nice crowd continues to make their way in here on this final week of Nanook Athletics before they have finals and get ready for their Christmas break. Busy weekend for the athletic staff up here for UAF. 3 ball goes. Shiloh Zevenbergen. He's got 6. Both from long range. That could be offensive possibly. Almost looked like a push-off by Gallant, but instead they're going to call it on Alaska, and that'll go on Zevenbergen. That's on the floor, I believe. We're going to shoot the bonus now. That's the second on Zevenbergen. So at the line, shooting the 1-and-1, Jason Gallant. .65 seconds left, opening half. First one good. 3 for 3 at the line for Gallant here in the opening half. Second one on the way. And that one goes. 12 points for the 6'4" senior, Jason Gallant, out of Simi Valley, California. Jordan Gill looking inside. Johnson, boy, he was cutting that baseline. Now I'm going to send it over to him. And a quick release 3 and money. Paul Johnson, 2 threes in the game. He's got 11 points. 40 seconds and counting here in this opening half. Alaska leading now by 20. Cortez gives it up. 3 ball, left-handed shooter. For Mims, his first 3. Shot clock is off. We're down to 25. Chris Lee will take a look. No need to do anything here if you're Alaska. You can settle for a final shot. Chris Lee going to let it count down. Again, the shot clock is off. Even if you don't get a shot off here, you're going to the locker room feeling really good about this opening half. Nanooks, though, you know they're going to go for a shot here. Oh, it almost picked off. Gill gets the defender up off the window, too strong, and will it go? No, but a great opening half for Alaska, leading by 17 as they head into the locker room. We'll take a little time out here, and we'll come back and we'll talk with Alaska Nanook women's head coach, Amy Donovan, coming up next.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
stuff through all my
Got
stuff.
you. There's a lot of info over here.
There is.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Holmes.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
All right, welcome back here. It's halftime, and the Alaska NANOC men leading here by 17 over the visiting Western Oregon Wolves. We've got the ladies' game coming up following this one with tip-off coming up at 7:30. We've got Alaska NANOC women's head coach Amy Donovan with us. Great to be home.
It is so good to be home, although, we were in Hawaii right before we came. But we brought a heat wave. It's 18 degrees outside. That feels a little warm after the last couple weeks.
Yeah, for people out there that may be viewing, we just had a little cold snap up here with pretty steady 20 below temperatures. But now it is beautiful to get this in December in Fairbanks, Alaska. This is more than you could ask for. And look at this crowd pouring in here for NANOC basketball, the start of the GNAC season. You guys coming in a great preseason, coming in at 5-2, and Western Oregon coming back. You just mentioned Hawaii, and they asked if they could have the late game because they left Hawaii this morning.
That's what I believe. They had a long travel to get back from Hawaii. They were there for a Thanksgiving tournament, and so we thought we'd be the gracious hosts and take the primetime game away from Coach O and the guys.
Well, they're doing great. A great start here for them in this first half. But you guys talk about a great start your season right now with 5 wins. You guys over in Hawaii, you pick up 2 out of 3. You did great at the tournament here at home. So talk about your team and the difference this year from last year's team. And I've talked to several of the players, and a lot of it, they say, is just the camaraderie right now.
100%. I think this team has incredible chemistry, and I wish I could take credit for it, but I think it's just about they're very willing. That's a word I use all the time. They're willing to learn. They're willing to grow. They're willing to work hard. And they're willing to connect with each other. We had 7 newcomers. Our team was split 7-7 with our returners and newcomers. So to expect the type of chemistry we have with that much roster change, I never could have expected it. But they are kind, they're generous, they work really hard, and they're serious about this game. And so I think that has been the thing that has really built up the chemistry for this team.
And I talked to a couple of them during the tournament. We had a few of them up here, and I had mentioned Milo Griffin now going from the men's team, coming over to the ladies, and they couldn't say enough about him.
Mm-hmm. Coach Milo, he's a legend.
Yeah.
He's a legend, and adding in some more consistency. It's my 3rd year. Coach Mondo, our assistant coach, has been with us the whole 3 years, but every year he's had a different role, going from student manager, student assistant to full-time assistant. So to add in another set of eyes and the set of experience that Coach Milo has been really great. He's wonderful with the team. The team is wonderful with him. I think that he's been part of the reason why this team plays their best basketball when they're having fun. And I think that our staff finds that balance of there's a level of focus we need, but if we're too nitpicky with them, we lose some of the talent. And I think Milo's been good about the vibe. We say that all the time. We got to protect the vibe because it's good right now. So.
Well, and then I'm sure they look up at the wall there and they see his number retired up there, back when we had nothing but wooden bleachers here back in the day. But, it's great to have him because, he could realistically be down in Palm Springs right now.
100. Oh, no, he tells me that all the time. I think coaching's a lifestyle, right? So I think there's a little bit of that where if he got down there to Palm Springs, I bet he'd find a team that he could help. He'd find some players that he could help. And I'm glad that he decided to stay here and do that with us because he gives these players confidence. He gives them energy, gives them love, gives them confidence. And I think I'm just very excited to learn from him, grow with him, and have him be on our staff.
Yeah, and so talk about some of your returners here with Jada Van Dyke, Anna Nevison here, but Destiny Reimers, some of our Alaskan girls.
Yeah, I love coaching our Alaskans. We've got Destiny Reimers. She's our leading scorer right now. One beautiful thing about this team is we have about 6 or 7 players who could put up double figures any night. I think in our 7 games we've had 5 or 6 different leading scorers, but Destiny's been really consistent. An ACS legend. Our style of play, the shift we've made this year defensively has been really beneficial to her. I know it's something that gives her energy. She and Taylor Tialana both played there. They press all the time. Well, as soon as I told them we were going to press, Destiny lit up. She lit up because, you know, in a positive way. She likes to bully people a little bit. She wants to get up in them and play and pressure them. And so our returners have done such a good job of showing the newbies, like, kind of this is how we do stuff here without it being us versus them. And I think that really has come from the top, those seniors. We've got returning seniors, Cricket, Jada Van Dyke, Destiny Reimers, Taylor Tialana, Tristan Martin, you know, all of those, 3 of those who are Alaskans. So.
Right. No, it's great to see him and some former, high school players here in Alaska. But Destiny, I've talked about her giving back to the communities and putting on camps and everything. But they're finally going to get the chance here. GNAC start. What do you guys know about Western Oregon coming in?
Western Oregon's a team that plays really hard, really, really hard. They were up here for our tournament, so we got a chance to see them in person, which I think that is beneficial as a coach trying to scout. They've had a bit of an injury bug, so I think we have a little bit more depth. You've probably noticed we're taking after Coach Largent and the hockey sub because we want to keep them fresh. We want to ask them to play. We ask them to play for 2 minutes and 30 seconds and give us everything they have, knowing that their teammate's going to come and get them. And so we've talked about there might be 3-minute segments that we lose by playing that way because the team might break the press and get a layup. But over 40 minutes, there's kind of an attrition that happens to the other team. And in thinking about a team that only has 7 or 8 healthy players, when we can go 14 deep, rotating them in every 2 or 3 minutes, I think that's really beneficial for us and will continue to be all season long.
Yeah, no, it's fun to watch, but, if I was down there doing PA, it's just like it's a wholesale substitution. We're not calling names. Same up here in the booth doing play-by-play, but I liked watching it, and what does that do to their defense all of a sudden? It's just like, oh, man, here's a whole new squad coming in.
Right. I think if you we've got a couple people on defense who are highly disruptive. Taylor Pilot, I think, should be in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year already. She's leading the conference in steals. Jada Van Dyke She is relentless out there. We have a lot of people who are relentless defenders. And if you're a point guard on another team, knowing that for 40 minutes, Taylor Pilot and Jada Van Dyke are going to pick you up for 94 feet, that weighs on you, right? So we're making good players make turnovers that they normally wouldn't because of the amount of time that they're having to deal with that level of pressure. So I think there's a psychological element to it too, which I know our team enjoys. They like to get in kind of the game within the game.
So during the off season, what kind of training regimen was the team on? And I look at Taylor Pilot, and man, I wish I had her arms and shoulders. I really do.
Their fitness, we talked with them probably starting in May of like the system changes we're going to make. Your fitness is the most important skill that you can bring back to the table. Our goal was not to be the most fit on November 1st. It's to be the most fit in January 10th so that we're finishing strong. So that will continue to build, but we've talked about it. It's like their cardio is a skill. It's not punishment, it's a skill. So we have to practice fast. We get up and down during practice. The other thing in terms of training, which you've probably noticed with our style of play, is we're shooting a lot of threes. We're all in on the analytics. The 3-point shots are worth more. We want layups, threes, and free throws. And so that's what our practice looks like is you'll see us going for 45 minutes, going, working our fitness, and then we get up a ton of shots. Every single player on our team, even 6'4" Amelia Brady, can knock down a 3. And so I think that's an exciting product for the people of Fairbanks to come out and watch.
Yeah, and speaking of Fairbanks, you guys getting out in the community, you guys were just over at Family Centered Services. My friend Megan runs that over there, and I saw the post, and she goes, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. We had so much fun. Megan reached out to us to see if we would be willing to come over and work with their organization. And the Fairbanks community and giving back is important to so many of our players and the coaching staff and our athletic department as a whole. So being an outsider who moved up here, about 3 years ago, getting the inroads into the Fairbanks community to know where are the organizations that could really benefit from our help has taken some time. But actually we are going to have about 20 people from Megan's organization here at the game at the doubleheader on Saturday. So it's, we had a ton of fun playing basketball with this group of youths who love basketball. And so it doesn't feel like work for us. Our team was out there playing knockout, and they were playing 3-on-3, and they were playing dribble tag and just having a great time. So
And speaking of giving back, just saw the volleyball team was over at Santa's Helpers doing their thing. I'm sure you guys will do some stuff here as we got some present drives coming on here. And a big weekend, though, for Nanook Athletics. I mean, basketball, hockey, and then ski tomorrow out here on the new trails. Is the team going to be out there clanking the cowbells?
You know, we've got a really supportive team, so I wouldn't be surprised. And now that it's warmer out, I'll be like, absolutely, like, you guys get out there. We one of the reasons we like having the early game is that we practice in the morning, so we'll be right back here at the Patty Gym at 9 a.m. to get our practice in. So then they'll have the rest of the day to study for finals and hopefully get out and support this team, because I know this is a historic event, you know, that it's getting these new trails. And then being able to have our team be at home is a big deal. We're very excited.
Yeah, and then I'm not sure if they have to work hockey, because I know everybody switches around. You know, we've got volleyball up here now doing everything, as you guys were running everything while volleyball was going on. So it's great to see all these teams come together. So anything else you want to say before we wrap things up?
No, just thank you to everybody, the Fairbanks community. We'd love to have you out to as many games as we can get. You know, it's a small town. Everything's 10 minutes away. So 7:30, our tip-off tonight, 1 p.m. on Saturday. We have an exciting product and a group of young women who work really, really hard and kind of represent this community well on and off the court. So I think it's a product we can all be proud of.
Well, I hope to talk to you again tonight after your game tonight, and you bring up your player of the game. So hopefully we're talking to you tonight. So thanks for joining us, and good luck tonight in your guys' GNAC opener.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, we'll be back here in about 60 seconds for our second half. All right, we're back here as we get ready for the second half with Alaska leading this one by 17. Great start for the Nanooks here in this opening half, taking on this Western Oregon Wolves team, the GNAC opener for both these teams. Great visiting with head coach Amy Donovan here from the women's team that will be taking action here following this one. So 48-31. As the teams come back out, and Alaska will get it to start the second half. Paul Johnson with 11. Jaleo Keith with 8. Chris Lee with 6. And Isaiah Sams Hoy with 5, and 6 for Jordan Gill. So pretty even scoring for Alaska. Chris Lee with it now, and Jaleo Keith for 3, and that one just off the front of the iron, just short. As the Nanooks come out firing threes, looking to hang on to this nice lead and build on it. Again, head coach Franco Stanek in his first season here for the Nanooks, and Tobin Karlberg, his first season as an assistant. And you've got Matt Wilkin helping out, former head coach at Lathrop High School. So retire from high school ball, and next thing you know, you're right up here coaching Alaska Nanook men's basketball. And a nice little touch inside. Isaiah Sams Hoy now with 7. Oh, coming up from behind, getting a block. Chris Lee puts up a nice block. Minute gone here in the second half. Nannock's up 19. Oh, and boy, here comes Jaleo Keith. Alaska with a fast break opportunity, and he goes coast to coast, and he draws the foul. And he'll get a trip to the free throw line, and that's going to go on Anjay Cortez as he is catching his breath down there on the floor, and he is gassed a little bit. And that's just his first team foul in the second half. Keith at the line for a pair. 8 points for him in that first half. First one's good. That's his first time to the free throw line. Hits that one. And now the lead back to 20 for Alaska. Crowd continues to come in on this Thursday evening. Second one good. Jason Gallant, leading scorer for the Wolves with 10 points. And they're going to get Sadu for that one is Cortez. And now that's 3 on Sadu. I was just saying that no Nannock's in any kind of foul trouble yet. Now Sadu picks up his third. Imagine they'll probably get Griffin Effenberger back out there. Alaska almost forcing that turnover, but it'll stay Wolves ball. So they're going to keep Sadu out there with 3. Tony Salinas at the point for Western Oregon. Dangerous pass. Chris Lee gets a piece of that one, and Nannock's now with some numbers, and they can't get control of the rock. Chris Lee down on the floor, and held ball, a quick whistle, and the held ball in the possession arrow will go Western Oregon's way. Alaska never really had control on that dribble, trying to get down for that fast break opportunity. I see the Western Oregon ladies team heading down to the locker room. Once again, a busy travel day for them, flying from the 50th state to the 49th. And a complete change in climates from that nice Hawaiian air to dry Alaskan air. From the white sand beach to the white snow here in Alaska. Sadu thought about putting the shot up in the air, brings it down. Chris Lee draws a double team. Isaiah Sams Hoy reels that one in. O'Keefe for 3. Just a little flat. And quickly back. Sadu, nice job trying there on the defense, but Cortez able to score, and that's his first basket. Makes it a 19-point Alaska lead. Closing in on 3 minutes gone is Jordan Gill getting ready to check in. Chris Lee, his shot no good, and now quickly back comes Salinas. Gallant works off the bump, unable to finish. Isaiah Sams Hoy gets down quick, man. Alaska. Oh, and Jaleo Keith looked to go behind the back, lost the handle, and they turn over it right back on the other end. Is Gallant saying that Sadu touched that one, and I believe Sadu will get a sub in Jordan Gill. Jordan Gill was 6 in the opening half. Paul Johnson, your leading scorer, with 11 for Alaska in his return after being out injured for the 4 home games that Alaska just had. O'Keefe swings it over. Gill is open for a second. Chris Lee for 3. O'Keefe loses the headband. Picks it back up. Alaska will reset. Isaiah Sams Hoy gets Gill cutting. The defender bites. They'll send it out. Paul Johnson for 3. Oh, nice look. Boy, just in and out of the cylinders. That one rattled around and comes back out. Cortez looking to go to work, and he does, left-handed off of the window, and good. Cortez with 4. Scoreless in the first half for him. And now a 17-point Alaska lead. Jordan Gill, Chris Lee unable to handle that one. And Gill! Oh, wow! Boy, he comes in from behind. He looks like he got all ball, but the foul's going to go on him, and we're going to have a media timeout. So that's going to be number 2 on Jordan Gill. We'll step aside.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
All right, we're back here. 52-35, Alaska on top of this one. One last accolade for killer Carly Nielsen here for your Alaskan Nanook volleyball team, the AVCA West Region Honorable Mention. It's got a nice ring to it. You can follow along with all the Alaska social media posts and everything. And we mentioned it at halftime. They are over at Santa's Helpers, dropping some toys off there, getting out in the community. So it's always good to see that. As we will say it again for one final time, they were robbed to not get into the tournament. So I'm still trying to figure that out. It's mind-boggling. But a great season by the Alaska Nanook volleyball team, doing everything that they possibly could to get that bid into that tournament. I think that tournament committee was the same judges they had at that Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight on that girl fight. How they made that decision is just unfathomable. If you saw that fight, you would understand that conversation. First of 2 is good for Cortez. And boy, quickly he's got 5 points here as he was scoreless in the first half, as the crowd still continuing to come in here on a beautiful Thursday evening in Fairbanks, Alaska. Second one is good. Western Oregon going on a little bit of a run. All the scoring in the second half, though, here through Anjay Cortez. Paul Johnson in the paint scores. Paul Johnson with 13. Well, a nice little 8-foot jump shot. 17-point Alaska lead. Johnson, good job not biting on that head fake. Stays with his man. Alaska going to stay in that man-to-man defense. No look inside and scoring again. All the scoring still through Cortez. Now with 8 points for Western Oregon. Cross court, Johnson. Gill back to Johnson. And another nice touch. Paul Johnson. He's got 15. Alaska goes back up by 17. Oh, that one blocked, and Chris Lee down here waiting for it. And here comes the Nanooks in transition, drives the baseline, sends it out. Paul Johnson's on fire! Hits it, and Western Oregon is going to take a timeout as one of the Oregon players gets wrapped up in the Nanook bench as they come out to celebrate. They're going to clear heads. There was nothing malicious about that at all. Just that one Western Oregon player got caught up in the celebration and just kind of put his hands up like, let me get out of here. I get it. We'll keep it here. I didn't see if it was a 30 or a 60, but we'll keep it here. Nanooks now build that lead back up to 20. A good job to not let Western Oregon go on any kind of a run to try to chip away at that lead. So Alaska doing a great job here, and the fans loving what they're seeing. right now. So a 20-point Nanook lead. We've got the ladies coming up following this one, taking on the Western Oregon Wolves. And then on Saturday afternoon, we got another Nanook basketball doubleheader that starts at 1 o'clock with the ladies tipping off first, and they'll be taking on St. Martin Saints. And then the men will play at 3:15. And then following that one, we got Alaska Nanook hockey back at the Carlson Center. Finally, have not been at the Carlson Center since last season. The Carlson Center put in a new sheet of ice. The ice plant there has outlived its life by probably 15 years. So they went from the Olympic size ice to the NHL style ice size, and they had to get new bleachers in there as well to accommodate the change in the size. So it's going to be great to see the Carlson Center. And Saturday night will be the annual teddy bear toss. So make sure to bring those teddy bears to the Carlson Center if you're in the Fairbanks area, and those teddy bears will be going to Santa's helpers. But we want to see a record number of teddy bears flying. So bring those in. Don't wrap them up. And no Barbie dolls or things like that, because we're going to be launching those. And you don't want to get somebody in the back of the head with a Barbie. And putting a little end to that run there is Gallant, as he's got 12 now for Western Oregon. Effenberger comes in after the Western Oregon timeout. Johnson, who's got the hot hand right now for Alaska. O'Keefe down on the baseline to Sadu. Back to O'Keefe, takes a bump. Cross court, Johnson open. Oh, as Sadu gets pushed off the rebound. Western Oregon quickly back. Well, Central Washington and Simon Fraser both lost in the opening round of the West Region Volleyball Tournament. Thanks to Andrew for sending me that. Alaska would have won. Carly Nielsen up here running the camera said, that's all I'm saying. That's all that needs to be said. Effenberger will handle the inbounds duties. 13 minutes and some change left in regulation time. Alaska with a nice, comfortable lead. Shiloh Zevenbergen back out there. I'll see if I can get the Zevenbergen and the Effenberger straight. Had some tongue ties during some of the couple home games we had against Multnomah. Effenberger. Boy, he was trying to sell some fouls. Able to get a shot off. Chris Lee. That one high up off the glass. Rebound, Western Oregon. Oh, wow, throwing up a prayer. It gets answered. Plus a trip to the free throw line for Mims. 9 points for him, a chance to get into double figures. And now KT picks up foul number 4, and Jordan Gill will get right in for him. Jordan Gill with 2 personals, Shiloh with 2, and Isaiah Sams Hoy with 2. But Casey Sadu, 6'7" senior, off to the bench. As he has picked up his 4th personal. And getting the and one, Mims with 10 points. Chris Lee, such a confident ball handler. Spin move, jump shot, count it. 8 points for the 6'1" junior out of Ketchikan, Alaska, former Alaska State champion in 4A Alaska high school classification. That one no good, easy rebound for Jordan Gill. Chris Lee coming back to Alaska after playing at Edmonds College. Oh, great fake. Oh, that would have been nice. Shiloh Zevenbergen with a nice fake. Defender bit hard. Gallant looks to go to work. Chris Lee. Oh, nice pass inside, and Jordan Gill is going to pick up his 3rd personal. Cortez unable to finish. We got another media timeout on the floor. Alaska leading 61-44.
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
All right, we're back here. Just taking a look at some of our leaders here. Paul Johnson now with 18 to lead all scorers for Alaska. Jason Gallant with 12 to lead Western Oregon on the boards. Chris Lee and Jaleo Keith and KT Sadu all with 6 boards, and Zach Moore with 7. Chris Lee, 2 blocks for Alaska. Sadu with 1. And for assists, Chris Lee leading in that category as well with 6 assists so far, and he's got a steal in the contest. So Chris Lee leading a bunch of scoring columns right now, and assists and steals for the Nanooks, and coming in as the leading scorer in the GNAC for the opening part of the season play. But now it really matters here as GNAC play begins. So nice group of Alaskans on this team. We have not yet seen Jeremiah Hersrud. He got quite a few minutes. The young man from Shishmaref, Alaska, played his JC ball at Bellevue College. Now we go to the free throw line with Cortez shooting 2. First one good for Cortez. He's 3 for 3 here in the second half. Again, he was scoreless in the first half, and now he's got 9. Count it, 4 for 4. Chris Lee, again, I got to talk to him with one of his, picked up a player of the game, and just talking about his confidence handling the ball, always seeming to be just looking through the defender, because the defenders are all over him. Isaiah Sams, Hoy for 3, long rebound. Chased down by Mims, and he pushes the pace up, and may have just taken his eye off the ball for a second, was Cortez. May have been thinking another dunk attempt. Chris Lee, Isaiah Sams, Hoy bumps into the defender, no call, play will continue. Jordan Gill at the elbow, and it rolls in. Jordan Gill with 8. Alaska looking great. Opening night here of GNAC play. Great to get it at home. Be your final chance on Saturday to see your Nanook men and women's basketball team here, and they'll be back in action in the new year. I believe second week of January they will be back. Chris Lee will slow it up. No need to push right now. Alaska with a nice cushion here. Gill. Boy, no look pass. A long 2 for Jordan Gill. He's in double digits with 10. Alaska up 19. Paul Johnson getting ready to check back in. 3 Wolves at the table. Inside they work it again. Cortez goes to work. Partially blocked, and Isaiah Sams Hoy doesn't have to chase that one down. Last touched by Makeo Mims for Western Oregon. You can see assistant coach Tobin Karlberg up, calling out some plays. Former Alaska High School state champion player, played for UAA, then went outside. Assistant coach outside, and as soon as head coach Frank Ostanek got the job, Coach Ostanek went right to get Tobin Karlberg, and he said, yes, I will come back to Alaska, come to the interior. And Paul Johnson hangs on to it, and a nice little spin jumper to score. 20 for Paul Johnson in his return. Oh, go out, hits it, and he's going to the line. It's a 2. $14 for Gallant. Chance for another old-fashioned. Western Oregon will be down at UAA coming up on Saturday. And boy, Anchorage right now, boy, they are covered in just ice. They had freezing rain and schools got canceled. They do remote learning down there, but some bad accidents in Anchorage in the valley. And even the Alcan going down to Canada was shut down due to freezing rain. Chris Lee finishes. Lee now with 10 points. 20-point Alaska lead. Oh, wow. Hanging on to it before falling out of bounds. Mario Williams Jr. finds the lane wide open and scores. 18-point Alaska lead. Isaiah Sams-Hoy hangs on to it. O'Keefe with the pick. Effenberger. Jalea O'Keefe still hounding for it. Good to see this Alaska team just not letting up at all with this sizable lead. Up and under, tough shot, and it's good. Williams Jr. with the basket. And the Nanooks will take a timeout, and it's going to be a 30-second, so we'll keep it right here. So we'll see if that turns into a media possibly, and it's still going to be a 30-second timeout. 69-53 ladies coming up after this one. The Nanook ladies coming in at 5-2, so a great start to their season as head coach Amy Donovan joined us at halftime and just talking about the camaraderie with that team, and great to have Milo Griffin helping out with Alaska Nanook women's basketball. Last year brought right into action with the men's team. Actually had to be the head coach for a game or two, I believe, as there was some stuff, and he was called right into action, but he's still here. And speaking of head coaches, good to see head coach Brian Scott from the Nanook volleyball team down there on the bleachers here in the Patty Center at the all-new Alaska Airlines Gymnasium. It's such a great addition here. And you see Athletic Director Brock Anderson down at the table helping out, doing everything. He gets called into action. He'd be out there sweeping, running spotlights, but just great with his leadership and his vision here. And it started out with just small little improvements. And, man, what a great one here with the new floor, new ceiling, new paint, banners everywhere, sound system, scoring table. So a lot of great additions coming up with Nanook Athletics. And it's going to be great to see the Carlson Center. So we want to see so many people pack that Carlson Center as we get ready for Alaska Nanook hockey. We mentioned that they have not played in Fairbanks in 12 weeks, 61 days exactly. They open their season up over at the Big Dipper, but have had some serious road trips. Twice out to the East Coast, getting some serious air miles. And then last week down at nationally ranked Minnesota, coming up with a tie but a shootout win, and then Minnesota getting the second night win, but Minnesota coming ranked number 3 in the country at the time. Isaiah Sams-Hoy, that one hangs up on the rim and falls off. Western Oregon, Chris Lee knocks that one out of the hands of Carson Frinke. Gallant, 14 points for him in the contest. Oh, nice backdoor pass. Frinke gets his first basket. Getting behind the Nanook defenders. Jalea O'Keefe. He'll set a nice screen. Effenberger hangs on to it. Paul Johnson near side, takes it back out on top. Chris Lee. Jalea O'Keefe. Step back 3 after a between the leg dribble, short. Picked up by Morphy. 14-point Alaska lead as we near the 7-minute mark to go. Checking his feet. Short on that 3 attempt by Wilmot. Shiloh Zevenbergen awaits his chance to get back into the game. O'Keefe thought about it, hands it off. Chris Lee, in and out. Defensive board, Western Oregon. Gallant trying to feed it inside, nothing there. Chris Lee will pick it up. Isaiah Sams Hoy hits Lee, cutting. Oh! Gets his own rebound, still tied up. Boy, a quick whistle and a held ball on the possession arrow will favor Alaska, and Shiloh Zevenbergen will get in. Chris Lee with a well-deserved break for him. Yeah, it'll stay Alaska ball as Morphy's got to get out quick for Western Oregon before they get too many men on the ice called. 14-point Nanook lead. Isaiah Sams Hoy. Effenbergen. He gets fouled and he'll go right to the free throw line. We're going Jason Gallant. His first second team foul for Western Oregon, actually foul on the floor. Actually, that's the second one on Gallant. Paul Johnson over there, I don't know, he's just cracking up on that far side, and we'll go back to the free throw line. Isaiah Sams Hoy will get his first trip to the charity stripe. I don't know if the Nanook bench was talking to Paul Johnson or head coach Franco Stanek, but Paul Johnson was just cracking up, or maybe just having a conversation with a Western Oregon player. Sams Hoy makes it a 15-point Nanook lead. Kathan Sidhu returns. 4 personals on him. So we get down towards the 6-minute mark. And the second one good. That'll bring in Makeo Mims. He returns with 10 points for Western Oregon. Nanook's going to show some full court pressure. Again, great to see Paul Johnson back out there after missing 4 previous home games for Alaska. And there's a foul. Zevenbergen kind of just trailed that defender the whole time, and he's going to have a conversation with head coach Franco Stanek. And Jason Gallant will go to the free throw line. He's 4 for 4. 4 made free throws in the first half for him. And I broke the streak by telling him how good he was at the line. Effenberger back in. Jordan Gill moves up the bench, and Chris Lee over on the bench and hits a second. 5 out of 6 still pretty good percentage at the line. Paul Johnson looks to go to work. Wide open 3, and man, snaps the twine. Griffin Effenberger, what a clean stroke, excuse me. Driving the lane, Sidhu gets up and not called. Nice shot there, hanging in the air for Mario Williams Jr. 11 points for him. Sidhu gets it, gets pushed off. Jaleel O'Keefe may have taken his eyes off the pass, looking to go to work first. And Effenberger feeds it into Paul Johnson. Effenberger dropping dimes. Johnson, 22 for him in his return. Nanooks, great defense. I think this one's going to go on Mario Williams. Let's see. No, Jaleel O'Keefe. his first. First one is good. GNAC shooting 48% from the floor, 37% behind the three-point line, and they are 8 for 8 at the free throw line for Alaska. Second one good for Williams. (11 out of 28 attempts here so far in the second half. 29 out of 60 from the floor for Alaska. 10 out of 27 from behind the three-point line. Effenberger looks to protect it, hangs on to it, still working. Sadhu taps it in. Sadhu with 6 on the tap in. Quickly back come the Wolves, and they're going to score. More now into double digits. 16-point Alaska lead as we near the 4-minute to go mark. Chris Lee. Back to Lee. Sadhu will set the screen, rolls off, he's open on the weak side. And here comes Effenberger. Nice touch. Griff now with 7. 18-point GNAC lead. Great way to start out here at home in this first week of December. Oh, the defender went inside, and Gallant probably couldn't believe he was that open. Comes up short. Chris Lee, far side. GNAC now can burn up some clock and work at the shot clock here. Chris Lee. Isaiah Sams-Hoy looking to go to work. Pushed almost out of bounds. Oh, and here comes opportunity and the flush for Mario Williams Jr. He was looking at the man trailing him here. I was almost thinking they might go off the backboard and try a little alley-oop something here. We've got a media timeout, so we'll take a break as well. GNAC's lead by 16. All right, we are back here. A great start to the GNAC for the Alaska GNAC men's team. And we'll see how the ladies do as they are going to be coming up next with tip-off scheduled for 7:30, taking on the Western Oregon Wolves. Western Oregon was here in Fairbanks. Boy, it seems like it's an eternity ago at the North Star Invitational. And the GNACs had a great tournament there. Just came up just a little bit short of getting that championship bowl, but had a great game as there's a baby loose on the floor. Yeah. Dad trailing the child. 3 minutes to go. GNACs leading by 16. DJ Guck down there shaking the tambourine. It was always fun when I was down there doing a PA, sitting next to her, checking the playlist. Here comes the Western Oregon ladies team. Come see how their men are doing before they have to come into action. Boy, as they talk about going extreme to extreme, going from Hawaii right to Alaska and right to work goes Jalea O'Keefe. Now with 12. Gallant. Boy, man, just Sams-Hoy doing all he could. Full court pressure here, and the GNACs break it. They got all kinds of numbers. And Paul Johnson. 4 threes in the game. 25 for him. They don't have his number up on the scoreboard yet, but I got him for 25. And again, that's after sitting for 4 games. Paul Johnson, 25 of the Nanook 85. Great job by the Nanook bench, though, of contributing. Jalea O'Keefe, feeds it inside, tapped away, but Paul Johnson. Oh! That would have been sick. And a little foul here on Isaiah Sams Hoy. Third on him. Griffin Owen. Paul Johnson kind of grimacing a little bit here. That's probably going to be his day, as he has put in some serious minutes and leads the Nanooks in scoring with 25 points after coming back after missing 4 games due to injury. And he's kind of favoring his ankle right now as he's heading over to the trainer's table. First one by Gallant is good. Nanooks again at 40% behind that 3-point line. Paul Johnson contributing to that percentage. And the second one, good. Seven out of 8 for Gallant at the line. Double teams. Effenberger knocked out of his hands. Nanook's now going to just spread the floor. Isaiah Sams Hoy goes to work and finishes. 11 for the 6'4 junior, and Sadhu with a block. Oh, and Effenberger goes up. Cortez holds his ground, and Effenberger comes down on him, and Anjay Cortez will go to the line. 10 points for him, all here in the second half. 4 out of 4 at the stripe. His perfect streak continues. (17 out of 20 as a team. Now 18 out of 21 for 85%. And here comes an opportunity for another flush, and he goes. Cortez missed one in the first half, no doubt on that one, wide open. Chris Lee dribbles past him. Effenberger and Nanook will just burn up this shot clock. O'Keefe draws the double team, and that's going to leave somebody open. And Sadhu for 3. Oh, in and out. Oh, dragging that tail skate was Cortez. Now the shot clock is off. 20 and counting, and Effenberger, boy, he had a wide open lane, but they're just going to be content to let this one run down. So 87-72 is going to be your final here as the Nanooks come up with a win in the opening night of GNAC play. And Western Oregon will head to the bench, and the Nanook fans, something to cheer about here. Wow, what a game. 87-72, and I would have to say that we're going to be talking to Paul Johnson here. He's got to be picking up that player of the game honors, and we'll have head coach Franco Stanek join us as well as the teams get their handshakes here. So Alaska will go to 1-0 in the GNAC, and Western Oregon 0-1. We got the ladies coming up following this one. We're going to hang on to it till we get the announcement of our player of the game here from our public address announcer in BJ Hardy. But the crowd going to go visit the concession stands. And again, we're just going to hang on to it until we get our player of the game announcement. And we will meet with that player of the game and head coach Ostanek here momentarily. All right, I believe we're going to get our announcement coming up here. It is adding up some numbers. I believe I'm going to have to say, going to be Paul Johnson. That would probably be a pretty safe bet if you're a betting person. Let me look at. Paul Johnson, your player of the game. So we will meet with him and head coach Franco Stanek. The Nanoks win this one 87-72. Stick around for the post-game interview and Alaska Nanook women's basketball coming up next. We'll be back.
I pledged.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
On my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
I pledged.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
On my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish.
All right, welcome back here as the Nanoks pick up this win at home to open up the GNAC and making his return after 4 games over there, an injury. Paul Johnson, what a return. How great is it to be back out on that floor?
And it's so great to be back out there. All the credit goes to my teammates and coaches for putting me in position and trusting me, and it means the world to have their trust, so it's a great team win.
Well, the last time I got to talk to your head coach, Franco Stanek, we talked about you being out, but he said that is a tough dude. He's going to do what it takes to get back. But, I mean, what a great return and a great crowd here picking up this GNAC win. And you, being a member of the Nanoks for a while, you know how important that is to win those GNAC games.
Yeah, it's a big win for us, setting the tone, sending a message to the whole conference. And we got picked last preseason like we always do, and that kind of lit a fire under us. So came out with a lot of energy tonight, and just a great win.
So talk about your team this year. A lot of new faces. You guys have to go to work quickly here. You go to Hawaii and then come back home. But those 4 games at home, man, you're over there with an injury. But I watched you over there on the bench. You were flexing when your teammates are hitting 3, and you're like one of the biggest cheerleaders.
Yeah, I love seeing my teammates have success. Like, I see the work that they put in every day, and just seeing them have success it brings me more joy than my own success. So it's just great to see.
Okay, well, we're gonna let you join your teammate. Anybody you want to say hi to there on the stream?
Yeah, I want to say hi to my mom and my dad and my brother. I love you guys, and thanks for your support. And yeah, that's it.
All right, we look forward to a great season with you, and it's great to have you back on the floor.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna get head coach Ostanek here. I want to wipe off the headset for him here with Paul a little bit sweaty here. Coach says, okay, let's do it. All right, Coach, come on over here just a little bit. There we go. All right, what a great start here after 4 games at home. GNAC action, Western Oregon coming in. Talk about your team's performance tonight.
I couldn't be more thrilled. We kept talking about this over the last 2 weekends. I think I personally, and I think we as a program should have a standard for how we win. We've won 4 in a row up to this point, but by no means in any of those 4 games did I think we met that standard, just in terms of playing really hard and playing for one another. Tonight, we met that standard. We played for one another at a high level. It's one of our core values, and I kept thinking over the course of the last 2 weeks, you want to meet that standard, but I kept hoping that a lot of that struggle had to do with Paul not playing, and I think, obviously tonight you saw what happens when he's on the floor. He's really the heartbeat of this team. Like I told you before, he's a tough player, but he's also a talented young man too.
Yeah, when he went out there at the end, a little bit of limping, so hopefully that'll all be good because you guys got to come right back here Saturday afternoon. But, I also want to mention Chris Lee, as he filled those shoes with Paul on the bench over there, doing a great job coming in, being the leading scorer in the GNAC, but today with that help from Paul really helps out.
Well, yeah, look, Chris is a guy, right? Like Chris is somebody that you want in your program. We really spent the last 3 days focused on we didn't spend a lot of time on the offensive end. I thought our defensive execution was very poor leading up to this point, and we tried to refocus on that aspect of our team. I thought what you saw tonight was the result of us defending better, and certainly we shot it well, which matters. I say all of that because Chris is one of those guys that struggles at the other end. I think in the second half, in the last 10 minutes, he gave up 6 points by guys just running to the rim and losing his man. And so Chris knows. And I think the great thing about Chris is he understands I have to be better at that end of the floor. And I think he's committed to doing that. I told him at the end of the game, think about what you did wrong and how you can fix it, but don't forget all the good stuff that you did today because it was definitely a step in the right direction.
So I want to bring up, I don't know if it was you or what, but late in the second half, Paul Johnson was over there right in front of you, and he was cracking up when you guys were bringing the ball in. I don't know if you had said something or somebody on the team or on the bench said something or if he was just having a conversation with his defender.
I don't know. But I do think, we always say, I think the team that has the most fun usually wins. I try to remind those guys, hey, are you having fun? Are you enjoying playing? It's fun. It should be fun. If it's not, then I'm not doing my job either, right? We want to coach our guys. We're going to coach them hard. We're going to be demanding, but we also want them to enjoy playing too. And so that's good. I like hearing that. I like to know my guys are smiling on the floor.
Right.
As long as we're winning. We're down 20. I better not see a smile. Right?
And before I let you go, just talk about opening night here and this crowd that we had. What a great start.
Well, I told the guys there wouldn't be a whole lot of people here to start the game. I said our responsibility is to make put us in a position that when the crowd gets here, right, because it's 5:15, right, people are just getting out of work, right, that we give them something to get excited about, and they would carry us the rest of the way. And I thought that's exactly what we did, and that's exactly what they did, and we're really grateful. We want to have a basketball program that's representative of our community, to where people in the community want to come watch us play and support us. And we're going to keep working towards that. Obviously, this isn't a finished product. This is going to take years to build. Right. But a night like this is certainly a step in the right direction. And I'm happy for my guys. Right? I want my guys to have success. This is a demanding business, playing college basketball. And so when it's a demanding business and you don't get the joy of winning, it's even that much more of a struggle, right? And so I'm excited for them. I'm happy for them right now. Can't wait to get in the locker room with them.
All right, so quick turnaround. You guys are back here Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Anything you want to say as we wrap it up?
St. Martin's an entirely different animal. One of the best teams. It's a top 20 program in America. They're going to play through the post, inside out. Obviously, we're not suited for that at a high level. We'll have to kind of scheme a little bit and try to do a few things to bother them. But, look, I'd much rather be going in that game 1-0 than 0-1. So we'll look forward to Saturday, and hopefully we have another great crowd because we're going to need as much support as we can get from this community on playing a team like that.
All right, well, great job tonight starting it out. We'll see you back here Saturday afternoon.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, so there you go. Natick's come up with a big win here at home. We got another one coming up, 7:30. Ladies tipping off. If you can't make it for that one, you can always